So I figured this episode we could talk about Ophiomancer, one of our favorite black cards in general, and probably both of our favorite black 3-drop.
Yeah, definitely creature. There's some debate on one other card, but...
Fair enough. All right, Eric, would you read the best 3-drop black creature?
Okay, we've got Ophiomancer, which is 2 and a black for a 2/2 human shaman, and as at the beginning of each upkeep, if you control no snakes, put a 1/1 black snake creature token with Death Touch onto the battlefield.
So the key part of that is obviously each upkeep, which is why this is so far and away one of the best things you can be doing with 3 mana. And obviously the most important part of the card is each upkeep. So you play him as a 2/2 for 3. On your opponent's upkeep, you make the snake token. And then if they swing into it, you trade. On your upkeep, you get a snake token. Back and forth. Anytime you don't have a snake token, each upkeep you get one back. So you can pretty much just say you've always got a snake token in play.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that it doesn't exist when it needs to.
Yes, and it's nice because with stacks or braids, it's got the extra bonus, obviously, of you can stack the triggers so that you make the snake at your upkeep and then eat it with braids. And then at your opponent's upkeep, you get the snake back, and then they've got to deal with the snake on their turn still, as though it's still sitting there with Death Touch, and then on your turn, you can sack it away again. Repeat process ad nauseum.
Yeah, it works out really well in those sacrifice decks. Yeah, I mean, any of these sacrifice, braids, combo bombardment, basically any of those that can utilize a recurring instance of a creature, this works just fantastically with. That said, this is still just like an amazing card, even if you don't have any of those synergies.
Yeah, just in any control deck, I am willing to pay 3 mana for this, just to slow the game down tremendously.
Making 1/1 death touches? That's so annoying to be on the receiving end of like, oh look, they've got a 1/1 death touch. Guess I'm losing something when I swing in. Now, there is something to be said about the fact that Ophiomancer is just a 2/2.
Yeah, that can be a problem. It's incredibly killable.
Yeah, but I mean, if they don't answer it immediately, you're at least getting the 1/1 death touch on their upkeep. So like if they have sorcery speed removal, is nice.
Yeah, or if they're just tapped out because they're playing out their curve when you play it. Like, in both cases, it's very common that it lives long enough to at least make the snake. They kill Ophiomancer, you trade the snake with something. You're up cards, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and that is like a pretty low case on the normal play patterns of this.
Yeah, exactly. The low case on this is still essentially going to always be card advantage, outside of like super rare low cases, but...
Yeah, I mean, like, there are times when they have the lightning bolt open and they immediately do it. Great. I mean, I guess you got rid of their lightning bolt.
There's exactly one quote-unquote 3-drop in black that could live through that, which would be Spawn of Mayhem if it was spectacled out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those that, like, it's a 3-drop. There's a certain amount of most of your 3-drops and lower are going to die to bolt. Using that as a metric doesn't mean anything, right?
No, especially not on a 3-drop.
And, oh boy, do I really love this in any of the... stacks, aristocrats, any of those decks. It feels so good.
Yeah, there's that, but then there's the... I just high pick this whenever I think I'm going to be going into a blue-black control deck that's either going to be like Reanimator or Artifacts. It doesn't matter what my theme is. I just want a 3-drop that will slow the game down so slow that I can do whatever I was planning to do.
Right. Yeah, this plays defense really well. And if you need another selling point, works really good with Recurring Nightmare.
Genius.
Yep.
We broke Recurring Nightmare. After all these years, we finally found a use for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that, like, it's hard to say it's my favorite 3-drop in black, just because you've got the 2 Lilianas, you've got Toxic Deluge, and Recurring Nightmare. Those are some pretty tough 3-drops to compare to. And honestly, it's in similar realm of pickability. Like, if I'm running through the picks during draft, it's still up there with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty amazing, honestly. Where, like, if I had a pack with Liliana the Veil and Ophiomancer, I'd have to actually think about it.
Yeah, it's still Lily, but I have to think about it and wonder if I'm going to be playing a hard enough black to want to play Lily. 2 and a black cannot be understated for how easily splashy is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you're, like, an 80% blue deck, you're still totally fine tossing him in there.
Right. And he does have the upside of, like, maybe I'm going into an Aristocrats build, and he's going to be just fantastic, whereas Liliana would be good.
Yeah?
Yeah, so it's one of those that, like, the fact that I'm even, like, if that debate comes up, kind of just proves to me how highly I rate Ophiomancer.
Yeah, I don't have much more to say other than if you're not playing it, by some miracle, you need to.